The sun hung low over the African savanna, spilling golden light across the tall grass, painting the landscape in warmth and shadow. A breeze whispered through the acacia trees. Birds wheeled overhead. Somewhere beyond the trees, a small rural village stirred in its own rhythm. Simple, slow, full of the familiar. A woman knelt beside a basin just outside her hut, scrubbing clothes, sweat gathering on her brow. Her name was Miriam, and beside her, toddling to the dust, was her daughter, Aisha, barely a year old, wide-eyed, giggling, drawn to the drifting flicker of a butterfly dancing just beyond the boundary of the village. Aisha, Miriam called gently in Swahili, her voice soft but firm, not too far. But the baby didn't understand boundaries. She followed the butterfly anyway, past a half-finished fence, beyond the last chicken coop, out into the tall grass. And from the grass, something watched. Amber eyes blinked slowly from the underbrush. A shadow shifted. A cheetah, lean, starving, desperate. Its breathing was slow, calculated, its body coiled like a spring. The baby's soft sounds, claps, giggles, the shuffle of small feet, carried clearly through the warm air. The cheetah lowered its body, eyes fixed, instincts whispering only one command. Now, back in the village, Miriam looked up. Silence. Aisha was gone. Her heart lurched. The basin of clothes forgotten. She ran, calling her baby's name, each step pounding with fear. A mile away, at the wildlife outpost, Ranger Malik was loading gear into his truck when the radio crackled. Cheetah spotted near eastern perimeter, too close to the village, possibly hunting. Malik didn't wait for details. He slammed the truck door shut, hit the ignition, and sped off, dust curling behind his tires. And in the field, the cheetah began to move. Fast, silent, deadly. The baby stood now, smiling at a butterfly that had landed on a dry twig. She clapped her hands. The cheetah leapt. Its paws tore through the earth, muscles like steel cables rippling beneath spotted fur. Aisha looked up, and for the first time, she was afraid. At that exact moment, Ranger Malik's truck screeched to a halt just beyond the field. He saw the blur in the grass. The baby, frozen. The cheetah closing in. Malik jumped out, rifle already raised. Hey, he roared. Hey! Stop. The cheetah didn't stop. It didn't know what a voice meant. Only hunger. Malik's finger tightened. Whip. The tranquilizer dart flew through the air, a sliver of mercy. Impact. The cheetah's body staggered. It faltered, legs wobbling, eyes glazing. It tried to continue the charge, but stumbled, fell. Aisha screamed. Malik was already running. Behind him, Miriam reached a clearing and fell to her knees with a broken sob. He reached the baby first, scooping her up in his arms, holding her tightly. You're okay. You're okay. You're safe, he whispered, though his own hands trembled. Miriam wrapped herself around her daughter, her whole body shaking with relief. And the cheetah lay groggy, sedated but unharmed, its breath still steady, its golden eyes blinking slowly in the tall grass. It hadn't known what it was doing. It had only followed the laws of the wild. Later, as twilight sank over the land, the cheetah was gently secured into a relocation cage. Its fate not death, but distance. It would be moved far from villages, back into deeper wilderness where instincts wouldn't place it in conflict with innocence. Miriam never let Aisha out of her arms that night. And Malik, he stayed longer than usual at the ranger station, filing the report with quiet hands. A few days later, the story was told in whispers across the village. At the school beneath the old baobab tree, children gathered as Malik spoke. They are not our enemies, he said, holding up a picture of a cheetah. But they are wild, and we must protect both them and ourselves. Miriam began volunteering with the local wildlife trust, sharing her story, teaching mothers to build stronger fences, helping educate children on the balance between people and predators. She had nearly lost everything, but hadn't. And far across the grasslands, in the quiet shade of another tree line, the same cheetah rested now, stronger, stretched its legs and vanished into the tall grass. It would hunt again, but not here, not near humans. Not today. And Aisha, she grew. She would never remember the day the cheetah charged, but her mother would. She would tell the story often, not as a tale of terror, but as a miracle, a moment when fate could have chosen differently, but didn't. And Ranger Malik, whose steady hand had bought those seconds, he simply kept working, quietly, faithfully, knowing that every call mattered, because sometimes saving a single life is everything.